All right, guys, today we're going to get into it. The D's, the 6 D's of real estate. Oftentimes I get asked, how's the market, Jen? And I usually ask them, like, what's going on in your life? Why does it matter? And I'm hoping that these 6D categories can help you understand that these are different transitions through life. They are what cause buyers and sellers to make decisions regardless of how the market is. Number 6, downsizing. So recently, I had a previous client reach out to me and they said, "Hey, Jen, our daughter's graduating. She's heading off to college. We're about to be empty nesters. We don't need 4,000 square feet anymore. We're ready to talk about what our future looks like." So we were able to talk through what do they envision their next home? How are they going to live in the house? What type of rooms do they need? And we were able to get really specific about the space that they could eliminate, and we could zone in on their future home now that their daughter will not be permanently living there, but keeping an idea there for us to have a space for her to come back home to. Lake Wiley, South Carolina is an area that people choose to downsize to. It has condos. Obviously, you have townhomes, and that is very appealing to an empty nester or someone choosing to downsize. One of the benefits would be crossing into South Carolina for better taxes. So once you're over the age of, I believe it's 62, it may be 66, but once you're over that age, you get the Homestead Act in South Carolina. And that means that for the first $50,000 of your property's value, you're not taxed on it. And that is a huge thing for people to keep in mind when they are downsizing. Number 5, deployment, relocation. I personally relocated for family. When I was 19, I moved here from Georgia and had to take into consideration, where am I going to be working? Where does my family live that I'm relocating for? How often do I want to see the family? How close is too close? So, as a real estate agent, I have personal experience in regards to relocating. I've also helped other families coming from Florida. I've helped families coming from California. They have relocated for various things, deployment being one of them. Number 4, diapers. So, of course, families are growing. And when this happens, oftentimes they want more space. That's a fun phone call to receive. Whenever a homeowner reaches out to me and says, "Hey, Jen, we just found out we're expecting or we're adopting. We are going to need more space." I love to zone in and look at what type of space it is that they specifically need. Are we talking outdoor space? Do we want room for pools? Do we want more bedrooms, playroom? What exactly does that mean? One of the things that was important to me as a mom, whenever I had my boys, was how we were going to live in the home. I specifically wanted my 2 boys, because of their age gap, to have separate bedrooms and bathrooms, but to have a common space like a loft that they could come together for gaming, and me forcing this 7-year age gap to have a relationship. Family is very important to me, as I'm sure it is to you. So I'm going to be here to ask you all of the questions about what is specific for your family. How are you going to live in the home? What type of memories do you want to make in the home? And how can we make your next home your reality? So finally, top 3. Okay, guys? Number 3 is not a fun topic, but it's reality: death. I don't obviously love receiving those phone calls, but I'm here to help the family through the transition. I recently did get a call from a past client of mine. She asked, "Can you come over for lunch? Can you stop by the home and talk to me?" I knew that something had happened because it was always very much an us conversation in the past, and I didn't exactly know what I was heading into. Got there and found out that her husband recently passed away. And that was a little bit of an honor in order for her to have reached out to me. This is a major life change for her. They've been married 30 plus years. He did do a lot of things around the home, and she's ready to go back to Minnesota. She doesn't want to live here in the Carolinas anymore. All of her family is in Minnesota, and it is my goal to help her get there. I was able to personally relate. So back 2019 timeframe, I was building a home for my parents to actually move in and live with me. And a week before we closed on my new home, my dad actually passed away. And that was a big transition. We had plans. I was providing a home for my family, my parents, to live in the basement in exchange for childcare. And so now my mom is needing to bring money in exchange. So there were logistics to work through. So I bring that up to say I can truly relate in having lost a family member and know the ins and outs of what goes with that. Number 2, I hope this never happens to any of you, but divorce. This is something that I'm not proud of, but I am an open book. You're going to find that I'm super authentic and I am transparent. I have actually been married 3 times and divorced twice. I am still happily married, but I have been through divorce in different seasons of my life, and I know what that entails. And I have clients that have been through divorce, and what I have found to be helpful for them is that I can be that neutral party that keeps the stress separated, that can help through this transition of what can be a stressful situation and help everybody relocate. If you find yourself in this situation, reach out to me. Like I said, I've been there. I have contacts, divorce attorneys that can help talk through what needs to happen. I have movers. I've got lenders. That's probably going to be one of the first conversations we're going to need to have for both individuals to find out, what do we need to do for your future in regards to owning a home and what that looks like now as individuals. So again, I hope you never have to go through a divorce, but it is one of the big D's in the real estate decision making, and I'm here to help you navigate it. All right, guys, we made it. Number 1, and one of the most exciting D's of real estate, diamonds. I love getting these calls. Oftentimes, whenever I receive a call, it's from a past client who has used me in real estate, and now their kids are getting married and they want me to help them in that next transition of life. A lot of times it is first-time home buyers, and that is exciting for me. I love getting to help them navigate what does financing look like, getting them in touch with lenders who specialize in first-time home buyers, and knowing how to navigate getting that approval done while we're joining finances. A lot of times, new couples, I have to educate them on suburbs around the city, Gastonia, Lake Wylie, Rock Hill, York, South Carolina, that allows a little bit more affordability while also looking at long-term investment. So who has a good school district? Where are we seeing homes appreciate? How are they going to be able to turn in this first home into a future rental property or live in it for a few years? And then once we get the diapers, we may get to talk about selling that home, turning that equity into their second home. Okay. So 60s, we've got downsizing, deployment/relocation. Then we did, don't know what that job was. Oh, diapers. That's right. Okay. We've got, number 6 was deployment. Number 5 was deployment. Nope, I said that wrong. Oh my gosh, you can't put me on the spot. Okay, number 6 was downsizing. Number 5, deployment. Number 4 was diapers. Number 3 was death. Number 2, we were talking about divorce. And then number 1, diamonds. All right, guys. So if you're going through any of these 60s, reach out to me. And don't forget, please subscribe, comment, do all the things.